Hello, everybody. Joey J. Ping here, checking in live, respectmyregion.com, here today on another episode of the RMR Podcast. Welcome to the RMR Podcast Network, folks. Today we're talking structure that actually moves artists forward. This is a music-centric conversation. My guest today is Geoff Cubitt, North American CEO at StrmMusic. They are the team behind the Career Assessment Ladder. This ladder helps artists turn what could be a chaotic music business experience into a step-by-step plan. They've helped tons of artists across the world. And today we're going to be breaking down stages, data, financing, and real-world things that artists can do to make moves. Not necessarily this month because we're at the end of August, but definitely next month. Welcome to the show, Geoff. How are we doing today?
Good. Glad to be here, Joey. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you for joining. We were just talking offline a little bit about how the show is going to go, what we're going to be talking about. And let's kick things off with this career assessment ladder. My experience with career planning, Geoff, only goes back to high school when you had to come up with a 4-year career plan. And I feel like most people, that's probably the only career planning they did, unless they got into careers in college and the next steps of their educational journey, if you would say. Tell me a little bit about this career assessment ladder. What goes into it? Talk a little bit about StrmMusic and what you guys are up to, man.
Sure. So we're working with musicians, artists on developing their career, and really we're an artist career accelerator platform. So we're basically like a digital label. We offer distribution advances and services to artists similar to what a label would provide, but we're leveraging a lot of AI and data and to do that for the most part, as well as some people behind that as well.
Yeah.
But for the career assessment, all we need to do, and all any artist needs to do to start a journey with us, and you can go do it right now. It's free. Do a free assessment. Enter in Spotify handle, YouTube handle, and Instagram handle. And then because we're tracking data on almost 10 million artists and 170 million songs,
Wow.
We're able to, in seconds, do an assessment of where an artist is at in their career on a stage of 1 to 10 to be able to help them determine where they're at, and then provide very specific, clear goals on what they need to do to get to, from if they're stage 5 to get to a stage 6. And that's not, those levels aren't just on revenue or streams, but they include social media engagement and artist engagement. We're trying to measure, do you have an audience? Do you have an audience that's engaged with you and interacting with you as part of it? Not just, how much revenue are you making or how many streams do you get?
Who decides on the metrics that help create this ranking? Is it you guys?
Yeah.
Is it the AI? Is it a combination of the two? Was it the record labels? Who dictates what's good and what's bad is in all of this? Is it
Yeah, right. I think what would be helpful would be a bit of an origin story. So the company was originally founded in Brazil, and the founder and CEO, global CEO, Fernando Gabriel, was a pop artist, and then he became a manager to other artists and developed this methodology. And really around time when COVID hit, he discovered he needed a way to be able to interact with people not in person, as you might imagine, and was able to pull together an incredible technology team to build this really robust, scalable AI data-driven platform that we use today. And so it's based on the methodology that he created to help artists' careers, and then all the data and insights we get from, again, tracking almost 10 million artists and 170 million songs. So that's over 80% of all the artists on the planet.
Wow.
So we've got a really good understanding of what works and how to take things to the next level. And as a proof point, in Brazil, where we were founded, currently 3 of the 10 largest songs in Brazil over the last 12 months have been distributed through StrmMusic. So really successful platform.
Is that in the world or in that region?
Or maybe a few weeks ago at this point in time.
Is that so 3 of the top?
I'm sorry, in Brazil. Yep, that's in Brazil.
That's still sick though. That's awesome. That's so badass. That's
in Brazil. In Brazil.
That's incredible.
Again, so definitely in Brazil have had a ton of success. And what what we're doing is, so I got involved originally when they were doing an equity raise in the U.S. I used to run one of the largest and most successful digital agencies in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Sold that business a while back and have been on boards and doing advisory work and private investing. And I was brought in to help do some diligence on this platform, leveraged one of my former enterprise technical architects who validated that this was really a robust, scalable platform that was built the right way from a AI and data and cloud standpoint. And then I reached out to some of my music industry friends who said, yeah, nobody's got anything like this. This is really a unique and differentiated offering. I decided to become an investor and join the board.
Wow.
And then when we were looking at our plan to come to the US, they asked me to step in to be the North American CEO, which I agreed to do. We launched in the US at South by Southwest, started taking on new US based artists in April, May. And we have over 150 artists that we're distributing right now in the US and several thousand US artists that are using the platform. Globally, it's closer to 3,000 artists that we're distributing and over 60,000 artists that are using the platform to help advance their career.
Now, Geoff, this you use that word robust. We think about value and impact and all these different I won't say necessarily technical terms, but these terms that are in this music business culture, in this music business ecosystem, right? And as an artist, they know what they know and they don't what they don't. Obviously, that statement applies just naturally to everybody, right? But with artists, they're supposed to be doing the art, right? And so when you guys are,
Mhm.
getting these artists around the world and you're focusing on these regions, right? North America, for example, you launch at South by Southwest. Has there been like a gap in understanding from the artist to the business, or are you guys mainly talking to managers and labels, or what's really the core focus, or how have you been connecting with these artists?
Yeah, so we are connecting directly with artists. We're talking with managers and independent labels.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to a lot of the industry conferences, so we've really got a good degree of confidence that we have a real differentiated offering. And everyone says to us like, "Holy crap! How did you guys build this? We've never seen anything like it," which is encouraging. But we're trying to raise the bar. So we're always trying to improve the offering, trying to enhance what we offer, trying to expand the offering to have more capability. We're trying to make something that's really an easy decision for artists to go with us and to leverage our platform. Again, it's a platform created by artists for artists, and we're really trying to help improve people's careers and make it possible for people to stay with music and actually have a career in the industry.
If distributed correctly, a career is pretty achievable with music content, right? Do you
Yeah.
feel like how much do you agree or disagree with this statement? Music business is easier than it could be, or easier than it should be.
Well, I don't know about that. It's a challenging business for sure. Um, there are different opportunities today and different challenges today than there used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in talking to people throughout the industry, there's a real belief that the music industry model that has existed for a long time is a little bit broken right now.
Mm-hmm.
So managers used to really work, discover an artist and then try to hand them off to a major label. And the major labels are, they're maybe a little bit more concentrated on the high end now, maybe not as interested in developing artists as they used to be. That's not entirely 100% true, but that's, I
Yeah.
think, just as a directional statement. And so we really feel like we're providing an offering that's really not available to a lot of artists that are earlier in their career to figure out how to move to the next level. And part of it is you're right, artists want to create their art, but what we're trying to do is help them understand, hey, here's what you need to do to move forward in your career, to expand your audience and allow you to be able to focus on your voice and what you're trying to put out in the world, but ensure that you've got an audience to listen to it. And part of that is having that audience and having people hear what you're trying to say. And part of it is being able to make money and to be able to advance in your career.
So obviously, you guys have put a lot of energy and effort into this, and it costs money for things like South by Southwest, right? And you're an investor, so you're putting more effort than
Mhm.
just, the what do they call it, the blood investment, the sweat investment, right? So do you guys is it a subscription? Do you guys charge? Is it something where you guys co-own it? Are we partners? How does, if I'm an artist and I want to make music that I love, and I'm on the site now and it says dare to test, right? If I click that button, what
Right.
starts happening for me after that? What do I do? How do I really take advantage of this and start to change my life? And I'm at the bottom. Let's say I got the worst scores. Let's say I'm at the like twos across the board. You know what I mean? Like, how can I, what starts happening for me? I got, maybe I got 50 to $500. I don't know if I need it, but just I'm ready to do something. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
click that button. Jeff, what happens for me? What do we start doing?
Well, when you go through, you enter in your Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube handle, and then
Hmm.
we use that information to do a diagnosis and
Yep.
understand where
The
you're at
audit,
your
the
career.
diagnosis. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, the assessment, and then provide very specific goals to get to the next level. We also have an LLM that we trained on our data set and our methodology that will help you understand first help you understand the goals, provide you insights into what should I'm creating a new album. Should I release it one song at a time? Should I release it all at once? How should I do it? Release planning, touring, whatever. It can really
Mm-hmm.
provide a lot of support across any of those things and help you understand how to move forward. To answer your earlier question, the way we make money is when artists make money. So we take a percentage of distribution, and that's how we make money. So
Okay.
we're in the business of helping artists succeed, and that's the only way we make money. The other thing is we provide advances. So if you are an artist that had enough revenue that would justify an advance, when you went in there, you get the diagnosis that says, "Hey, congratulations, you're a level 6 artist. Only 3.5% in hip hop make it this far," whatever it might be. Um, then
That's cool.
we'd
That's
also
cool.
say, and we would provide you a $10,000 advance or whatever the number is, based because we're looking at the last 12 months of revenue for that artist, month by month, track by track breakdown, and then projecting that forward. So we have a pretty good estimate of that. So anywhere else, you'd have to submit a bunch of reports, and they spend weeks and weeks. With us, you could look at that and go like, "Hey, $10,000, I could really use that to
Yeah.
create my next album or support my tour or promote things."
Shoot, if
And
they're
then
already at that
you
level
basically
where,
click on that. You can look at the different songs or albums that we've included in that we think are available to be migrated over to our platform. You select those. It'll adjust in real time if you have to take some things out, and then you submit it, and then we'll validate that you're the true owner of the music and things like
yeah.
that. But then the money is available once you migrate those tracks over. So again, we're trying to make it easy for artists to get money to advance their career, and then also to help them understand what they need to do to advance in their career.
If someone's the top tier, the best of the best, they're in that top 2%, 1%, like you were just kind of talking about. Is that like $100,000? Is that $50,000? What is even a what is a situation for that? What should be an artist? What should an artist be aspiring towards in this instance if they want to treat their music as a business and take it serious in these other levels and expand it?
Yeah, yeah. So part of it is understanding. There's the streaming component to it. There's the touring component. These are other ways artists make money and merch, and so we understand that that's a part of it too. Um, so we also have a touring offering, which is fairly unique, where we have partnered with this company, Breaking Sound, that puts on 130 shows throughout the U.S. and Europe, and our artists have a priority to submit for those shows, and we do an artist showcase every month. We did one in LA last month, and we're doing one in
Oh
New
wow.
York this next month. Um, and so part of what we're from an artist standpoint, it's a combination of things. So, how much anyone needs at any point in time, it's really like how much would you need that you could quit your day job, that kind of thing. Those are some of
Hmm.
the trade-offs that people get into. So that's going to be a little different on a person by person basis, but There are certainly artists that are making millions of dollars in streaming revenue, although streaming revenue is it takes a lot of streams to generate revenue, but there are making $70,000 a year in streaming or $100,000 a year in streaming is a very achievable goal if you can get to a decent level of audience and fan engagement. And there's certainly people that get quite a bit beyond that, but there are I think it's quite possible to make enough revenue to off of streaming to support yourself and dedicate your career to it.
You mentioned that you're speaking with artists, independent labels, managers, and on all these things, right? And how managers historically, they find the artist, the talent, they get them to a certain level by hustling, collaborating, uh, selling merch, and small shows. But at some point, they're not necessarily passing them off to the labels the way it used to be done, right? So my question then is if I'm a manager, how should I engage with you guys and utilize this to push my partnership with that artist forward the right way? Oh, did you catch me, Geoff? Did you hear that? Hello, hello.
Hey, Joe, I apologize. I didn't quite catch that question.
Hey, Geoff, if I'm a manager, what's the best way for me to engage with you guys and use the platform to help my artists? Hello, hello.
Yeah, I think you go on and doing an assessment of one of your artists is probably the quickest way. And if you put in your contact information, then someone from our team will reach out to you and try to help assess
Easy.
The right way to engage with you. But that's probably the easiest way to do it. So it's the same kind of approach that an artist would do directly, really.
Just do it for them using the same information. All right, all right, all right, all right. Geoff, it seems like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. So I'll ask you a couple more questions, we'll get you out of here. The second to last question that I have for you here today is: what is the most important thing you want people to know about Stream Music? What is the number one thing and the message you're trying to get across at this point in time while you're operating as CEO for the North American region? Oh, all right, folks, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties here on the lag. I'm not sure what's going on with the Wi-Fi, but I really appreciate those of you that have stuck around. Geoff, are you still there? We're having a little technical difficulties. You hear me all right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm back now.
Perfect,
Sorry.
perfect. No, it's
Yeah, I
okay.
just
Yeah,
lost you there for a bit.
it's okay.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
it's freezing on your side just a little bit. Now, the question that I had, this will be the second to last question for you. Hopefully, we can get through this one. What is your guys' main focus at this exact moment? What do you want what is the message you're communicating to everybody? What do you want people to know and do at this current time?
Well, I think that all artists should do the free career assessment. Again, after all, it's free. I think it's quite valuable. We provide a lot of great insights for artists. So I think every artist should really be checking where they are in their career. It's a good objective measure. We're not evaluating whether you're good or your music, like the quality of your music. What we're just trying to help you understand is where are you at from a career development standpoint? What kind of reach do you have and what kind of audience do you have? And then providing some advice on how to move forward. So I think everyone should just go on and do a free assessment. Really, in Brazil, as I mentioned, where we started, our career ladder has really become a standard in the industry where people will reach out to their fans and say, "Hey, I'm a level 5. I'm trying to get to level 6. Help me out, guys." And labels will say, "Hey, we've got this level 6 artist. Maybe you guys can work with him for a while until he gets up to level 8." That kind of thing. So I think this really should become an industry standard, and that's something that I think that I would suggest to artists. Anyone artist listening, go on and check it out. It's StrmMusic.com. It's pretty straightforward. That's StrmMusic.com, because we're cool and we don't use vowels. So it gets a little confusing sometimes, where some people think it's storm, some people think it's strum, but it's
Yeah.
stream. So
Here's the website for everybody, folks, so you guys can check it out. StrmMusic.com. As you guys can see, you scroll down, accelerate your career with the most powerful artificial intelligence in music, with the freedom that only an independent artist can have. No bells, no whistles, nothing, no strings, just a straight up partnership and a straight up solution for you guys to accelerate your career with state of the art technology, streamlined processes for distribution. Every release that you guys do as music artists, for those of you guys watching, if you're a music artist, even if you're a podcaster, you've got to distribute it somehow to other places, right? You've got to market it. You've got to get it in front of more people. It's very, very important. Now, advances, guys, we talked about it. From $1, from 1,000 to $1 million to invest in your releases. Once you guys hit the checkpoints, once you show through the career assessment that you're at a certain level with your YouTube and your Spotify and your touring and the revenue that you generate as a business, now you become investable in a partnership, guys. It's incredibly valuable, this opportunity. Make sure you guys visit StrmMusic.com. Come check it out. Get your own analysis. Figure out where you're at in the world of music. Figure out some actionable insights. And be sure to reach out. Geoff, what's the best way for people to reach out if they have questions? Do you guys have a contact on the website, or is there somewhere else that people can go?
well, I mean, the easiest thing is, again, to do an assessment
Okay.
and put in their information, and then someone from the team will reach out to them.
Oh,
Yeah.
naturally,
So
someone just reaches out if you do an assessment.
yeah. So if
Oh,
you do
sick.
an assessment, put in your contact information,
Hell yeah.
someone will reach out to you and understand, like, hey, is can we help you? Does it make sense? And or
Yeah.
provide you additional information. So yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, everybody, thank you guys for hanging out so much. Geoff, I really appreciate your time. We're going to share more information on our website, respectmyregion.com. This is the kind of stuff, folks, that when it comes to resources, we want to be sharing. There are other options out there, but when it comes to something that's applicable today, something that can help you continue to grow on a 2-day basis, what can I do today, tomorrow, this weekend? Stream Music is the latest, the greatest, and for me, one of the most interesting resources out there. I really appreciate the Rock Paper Scissors team for bringing them to my awareness. Geoff, I appreciate your interest. It's cool what you've done in your career, and it's even cooler that you're choosing to give back through knowledge, education, and empowerment. It's one thing to do this all with your time. It is also another thing to do it and put your money, effort, and leadership behind it. And for that, I appreciate you. I don't make music, and I love the fact that there's always people out there trying to do it. And people gravitate towards me just for the marketing and the social media stuff. And when I saw this come across my email, I was so stoked, because it was like, wow, this is an opportunity to actually make it easier, more digestible, and it seems to be not so complicated. And for that, I appreciate it. Everybody, thank you guys for watching. Joey J. Ping here. Geoff, Stream Music. Be sure to tap in, check in, go take your career assessment now, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. I love y'all.